Okay, long time no see, YouTube. This is Nurse Kristen. How are you guys doing? I know it's been a while, but as you know, I don't really I don't post videos a whole lot. It's just not something I'm really into. But I am here with a video because there's certain things that I would like to share with you all. So I'm here to tell you guys about it. First things first, I think excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I'm just getting over a gnarly cold. So if I sound short of breath or coughing, that's why. But anyway, several new developments in Kristen's life. I'm sorry, I got a blanket around me because I'm freezing. But anyway, several new developments in my life. First of all, I think when I talked to you last, I was saying that I was going to start a new job, but I didn't specifically tell you guys what it was. I think this was back in, I don't even know, February, maybe? It's the last time that I talked with you guys, and of course, it's almost May. It's April 30th, I believe, or April 29th. So the news is that I was starting a job as a nursing instructor, because I told you guys last time that I recently earned my Master's of Science degree in nursing education in January. So the job that I have started is my first nursing instructor position, and I really love it. It's definitely my niche. It's something that I knew that I was going to be good at, because I loved the content of all the nursing subjects in nursing school. I loved med-surg. I loved maternity. I loved peds. I loved geriatrics. I loved pharmacology. I loved fundamentals. So I knew, and I knew my content knowledge, my base knowledge of content was really good. So I knew I'd be a perfect instructor, and plus I do well with tests and test strategies and things like that. So I just knew I kind of had the niche for it. So I've been doing that in the same job, obviously, since February. I love it. Excuse me. Told you, I'm sorry. This cold has been just terrible. It's worn me down for like the past probably good month and a half. Anyway, so what I teach day and evening students, and the subjects I teach are pharmacology, which is day and evenings, and I teach nursing health assessment, which is days and evenings. And then I also teach a 12-hour beginning medical surgical nursing clinical on Mondays. So even though it's a full-time course load, I'm actually considered adjunct. And the reason for that is, excuse me, I have been a registered nurse for slightly less than 4 years, and in order to get full-time, like with the benefits and the health insurance and everything, you have to have been an RN working in your field for 4 years. And I'm just shy of being an RN for 4 years. I believe June 23rd or June 24th will be my 4 years as an RN. So since I'm just short of it, what they did is they said, okay, we can give you a full-time course load, but you just can't be full-time on paper, so to speak. And then once, so we'll get you through this term, because the school is split up into terms. The curriculum is split up into terms. Once we get you through this term, the next term, you'll have met your 4 years, and you can be officially a full-time instructor. So that's kind of where that is. Like I said, I have full-time classes, full-time hours, just not full-time as far as the recognition of being a full-timer and as far as the benefits part comes into play. So like I said, hopefully next term that will change. The next term starts in July. Then I will have had my 4 years, and so I'm fully expecting to hopefully be promoted to a full-time staff member. So that was the first thing I wanted to tell you guys. The second thing was I am going to hopefully sit for my certified nurse educator exam. Hopefully, I'm guessing maybe in July or August. you really want to have certification in your field of work. So obviously, as a critical care nurse, you're going to want to have your CCRN, or if you're a med-surg nurse, you're going to want to have certification in that specialty. So for nurse educators, it's called the Certified Nurse Educator credential, and it's administered by the National League for Nursing, or the NLN. I've been studying for it for the past, I'd say, six weeks or so, and my goal is to take it in the summer for sure. Probably, like I said, July or August. And so I can have that credential. It looks good on your resume. It looks good as far as your employer. It looks good as far as recognition, because it is recognized nationwide. So for that reason, I would love to take and pass that examination. Plus, it's valid for 5 years. Once you take it, it's valid for 5 years. So I think it'd be worth it. So that's the second thing. Third thing is, I am starting a postmaster's nurse practitioner program next week. Like I said, today I think is the 30th or the 29th, and my postmaster's nurse practitioner program starts in 1 week on the 7th of May. It is a family nurse practitioner program. It is 16 months. It would be longer, obviously, but since I already have a master's, there's some certain classes I don't have to take. I believe my first 2 classes, and it is accelerated, by the way, obviously, because it's 16 months, and I actually start my first clinical course in September. It'll be an advanced health assessment clinical that starts September 7th, I believe. But anyway, my first 2 didactic courses, or theory courses, will start next week, like I said, on the 7th, and it will be health promotion and advanced pharmacotherapeutics. So those are going to be the first 2 classes. It's going to be super accelerated, which is going to probably stress me out, but I kind of thrive on stress. I like a lot on my plate. The classes are only 8 weeks, so it's going to be super accelerated. 2 classes, full-time, accelerated, plus working essentially full-time as a nurse educator. I believe, so it's divided into 2 sessions. So you have summer session A and then summer session B. So for summer session A, it's going to be, let me just double check my schedule that I printed out here. So yeah, it's going to be health promotion across the lifespan and management of pharmacotherapeutics in advanced practice nursing. And that will be for summer session A. Summer session B is advanced pathophysiology. That's going to be a beast. And so that's for the summer. And then for fall, like I said, I start my first clinical, which is advanced health assessment. And then I also have a didactic course then too. It's called Roles for Nurse Practitioners. And that's an 8-week class. But the clinical itself, it's going to be 16 weeks. And I believe they want a minimum of 135 hours, which is between 8 to 10 hours a week. So I'm figuring that's still pretty doable, I hope. Then I might as well tell you my whole schedule since we're on schedule here. So yeah, for the fall, it'll be advanced health assessment, clinical, that's 16 weeks. And then the last didactic class that I have is Roles for Nurse Practitioners. That'll be an 8-week class. After I finish that didactic class, then that's it for the didactic classes. Then it's just straight clinical. So then for the spring, which starts in January, it would be adult health, which is like med-surg, but it's adult health, and then also women's health. So then I'll have an adult health and women's health starting in January. That's 16 weeks. And then in the summer of 2019, which begins, I believe, in May of 2019, which is about a year from now, it will be peds clinical or pediatric clinical rotation and geriatrics. So that will be starting May of 2019 and go through, I'm guessing, through fall of 2019. I'm supposed to be graduating, I believe, October or November of 2019. So it's about 16 months, like I said. In preparation, I already have my books. I already have my books. They're ebooks, so they're not physical paperback books or paper hard copy books, whatever. They're ebooks. So I already have my ebooks installed in my virtual library on my computer. And I mean, I'm not going crazy. I'm not a person that goes crazy with supplies. I have pens. I have highlighters. I have a hole punch. I have staples. I have pencils. And I bought 2 binders that have the like little tab. I don't know. And these are cheap. I got these from the dollar store. So I mean, then just with the little tabs. Like I said, I don't go crazy on. Oh, I don't go crazy over this stuff. I just don't. I don't find it necessary, and I still do very well in my classes, even without the bells and whistles. And then I just bought, like, in case we have to write papers and stuff, I just bought like a really thick college rule 3-subject notebook, and that's all I really bought in preparation for school. Of course, I'm going to read a couple of chapters, the first couple of chapters of each book, so that I can have some type of idea of what's going to be going on prior to class starting on the 7th. But that's basically it. I already have, as far as clinicals, because I, believe it or not, what they say about trying to find a clinical preceptor is so true. It is very difficult. I've already tried and have gotten a lot of rejection already. We don't have students, or we don't host students is one of the answers. And then if they do host students, they already have students already filled up for the fall. So I do have a couple of leads though, but that was hard. I've been trying for the past 3 to 4 weeks to get somebody in line for the fall for advanced health assessment, and they are not joking. It is hard, especially, and more and more schools are doing this, where the schools are making you find your own preceptors, making the students find their own preceptors, and it is hella hard. But like I said, I have 2 leads. I have interviews, and yes, it's like almost like you have to interview for a job here, even though it's like free. You're doing like free labor. But I have 2 interviews with 2 leads this week, and I'm hoping to score a preceptorship with one or both of these leads. So I will let you know how that goes. I'm trying to think of anything else. So yeah, it's going to be like a busy next year and change for me. Like I said, being a nursing instructor is pretty much everything that I expected it to be. The students are very engaged, and it's enjoyable. So I do see myself doing that, but I guess I want to be an NP as well. Education might be something that I do as an adjunct instructor once I do get my NP. I still will probably teach as an adjunct instructor, but I feel like I can add even more depth and substance to my teaching being an advanced practice nurse, being a nurse practitioner. So that is pretty much the what's going on with me. I love my job as a nursing instructor. I'm so glad I got my master's degree in nursing education. Not to say that I don't like being a regular RN, but I always want to know more about the profession that I'm in, and I just feel kind of, and I hate to say it, but I do feel very limited being a floor nurse. I feel like I can do more as an advanced practice nurse and as a nurse educator, even though I'm not an advanced practice nurse yet. Even though I think that it is a type of advanced practice nursing when you're a nurse educator. It's just not a advanced practice nurse role in the traditional sense. I think traditionally a lot of people think that an advanced practice nurse is a nurse practitioner, but in actuality, it could be a nurse educator, a nurse leader, nurse manager. All those are advanced practice nurses. What they call it, a nurse specialist or specialist. I don't know. What do you call it? A CNS, or what's another word? A clinical nurse leader or clinical nurse specialist. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, I'm rambling now. Anyway, so that's basically the news that I had. I'm looking forward to this, like I said, next year and change of things to come. It's going to be really busy, but like I said, I kind of like a bit of controlled chaos in my life. I like when things are really busy. Keeps me on my toes, I guess. So nice to see you guys. Like I said, I'm actually not 100% because I have this like residual cold that just won't go away. I actually think I had the flu, to be honest, and it's just not going away like I wanted to or needed to, but I'm pushing forward. So if you guys have any comments or any questions on anything, please leave it down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. As to when that's going to be, I don't know. But it will be hopefully within the next few months here. We'll see. Okay? You guys have a good one. Bye.